Okay.
Can you confirm that you can hear us, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, that's very good. So, come down the Tonyan box. Mfremi, he wouldn't the Tonyan there, is it de fere? The he wouldn't find me the Efera fan. Then, Yan Miku for family, Momiku for. We, Messino with me. What are you doing? Me, with me, me testers, me boy, the tab with the tab that me. Kitty, Vice President, Efik National Association, Mary Cobham. Yeah, it take a Mary Cobham Solomon. Yeah, a guy from Philadelphia. It take a deal. Take a yellow deal. Yeah, mommy, my unit already tabbed there with the army. But so more come with it in the real quick and go Korean Vice President of the Bahrain County Italian take a moment and many take a daddy so that the community in our head together. But so today we want to do Afang for the people that cannot understand the Efik language, because this is supposed to be done solely in Efik, but let's just do it in English as well, because all of our kids don't really understand Efik language. So afang, we're going to cook afang today. And let me introduce afang to you. Afang is a creeping plant, vegetable plant that grows, that is very common in eastern Nigeria, all the way to the Cameroons. The Efiks call it afang. Also with the Akwa Iboms, also call it afang. The Igbos call it okazi, and the Cameroons call it ero. So they are all indigenous to these vegetable plants. So this is how we prepare afang. Because of limited time, this is how we prepare afang. Come closer, right? Our mothers will go to the market and buy the afang. You know, back in the days, it can take half a day before they cook this. But right now, this is the afang vegetable leaf, all dehydrated. So we have to rehydrate it again. This is a dehydrated form all the way from Nigeria down here. Now we have to rehydrate it. We do that by soaking it in water for as long as we can do, maybe at night if we want to cook it the next day in the morning. So we put it, soak it in water and rehydrate it. And then once we rehydrate it, we put it in the blender, like so. We're going to put it in the blender and blend it. But back in the days, they used to, moms and grandmoms used to use mortar and pestle. Once they cut it like this and everything, they have to put it in the mortar and pound it, and still have the same result, like this, okay? So this is the afang, already made, is ready to go into the pot. It's already made, blended, pounded, and all that. It's ready to go. The next one I want to show you here is water leaf. We call it water leaf. This is it. Water leaf is called momoikong, right? All you do is on momoikong, you cut it like so. You cut it, spread it out, right? Wash it. After washing it, you cut it with your knife and chop it with your knife, And then once you do that, you're going to have something like this. This is the water leaf, right? The essence of this water leaf is this afang is kind of a hard, chewy vegetable, right? So we use this, grandma used this water leaf to soften the chewiness, to soften the taste whilst eating it. So that's why they use water leaf. But over here in the Americas, in the absence of water leaf, we use spinach. We use spinach. Spinach is always as good as water leaf, And this is a sample of spinach that I've brought to show to you. Do it the same way like water leaf, put it in the blender and blend it so you get this. Okay. So now, the most important thing in this is the meat that you want to use, the protein that you want to use for this afang. If you come closer, the protein that you want to use for this afang. Here we have the Efiks call it towel. This is shaki, tripe. This is cow leg. This is cow skin. Real beef. This is beef. Okay? Same thing, cow skin, cow leg, that tripe and all that. And this is stockfish. Ikboroko. You also have to have Mfi, we so mfi, called nkonko back home. We call it nkonko. So mfi. And you also have the big snails, ekwong. Okay? Also, if depending on what you have to put in your soup, right? And makes it taste better, right? We can also have shrimps here. We're gonna have shrimps in us. Shrimps will be there, right? We also have dry fish in Sariya. This fish is called barracuda, but back home we call it akmanata. This is the sweetest, juiciest dry fish that you can have, all the way from Nigeria. You can get it in Ibanor and all those places. You get it over here. But it's called akmanata barracuda. Other ingredients are that you need to use is your salt, pepper, no maggi, all the seasoning, right? And also crayfish. Let me show you what crayfish is because you might see this is grounded crayfish, right? But you want to wonder what crayfish is. It's just shrimps, right? Dried shrimps. This is the obu. They call it obu. Dried shrimps, that the fishermen will go out and get the shrimps and dry it up real good, and it becomes, the seasoning sector of the afang soup. Okay, that is it. But like I told you, this soup takes almost a whole day. So when Mama goes to the market, he will buy something to give Daddy and all the children to snack on, right? So yesterday I ran and looked at this garden egg, yeah, garden egg. This is garden egg. We call it nya, garden egg and ntokonibong, pepper. You can do this and put it on the table and keep for Daddy to snack on because this thing takes a long time back home. But right now, we could do it under 30 minutes, no problem. But back then at home, it used to take a whole long time. So when Mama goes to the market, he will buy something like this, garden egg or shredded cassava with edi, with what do you call it, pork, right? Pork meat, the way you make it, or herring fish, or sometimes with coconut. Buy something to give Daddy to snack on because this soup takes a long time to cook. But for right now, we can do it under 30 minutes. So that's that for this. Okay. At the end of the day, when we finish cooking this soup, right, I forgot to show you palm oil, right? Palm oil, at the end of the day, when we simmer it, we have to put palm oil. Palm oil is very good. I'm going to tell you the nutritional value, the value of all these things that we use. They are all vegetable based, but a lot of people might think, palm oil has cholesterol and everything. Yes and no. Dr. Oz, made a research on palm oil, and he found out that palm oil is very, very good in eliminating even the cholesterol we think that this is causing us. So palm oil is also very good, but also we're going to use it sparingly too. Okay. So after that, after our food is cooked, we're going to see the dough that we're going to eat it with, right? Over here we have pounded yam. This yam that you've seen, yam back in the days, you cut this yam, put it in the pot, boil it, and put it back in the mortar and pound it, and you have this same result called fufu, pounded yam, right? But for right now, we can make it, we have it in the powder form. We have it now in powder form that we can just make hot water and, stir it and congeal it. It comes back to this same form. Same thing with gari. Gari, this is gari. Gari has a lot of fiber in it, and some carbohydrate, but has also a whole lot of fiber. So this is gari. You can use gari to eat that. The third thing that you can use now these days, we're trying to watch our weight and everything, is Stephanie, where's that plantain fufu? In the microwave, why did you put it there? See, told you to wrap it for me. This is plantain fufu, unripe plantain. Unripe plantain is full of iron, right? So people are now substituting, especially pounded yam, because pounded yam has a lot of carbohydrate in it, So people are trying to substitute now to go into doing wheat meal, oatmeal, and all that kind of stuff. Plantain fufu is also very good. So this is made up plantain fufu, same way like we make any of this one, same way. So having said that, we all know all we have on our table. All we need to do now is to go to and start cooking the afang. Like I said, all the ingredients that I've introduced to you over there, they're all in this pot, right here. And we're ready to make it and fix it within the allotted time. So while the our meat is boiling, we season it. We season it. You can season it with your pepper, salt, Maggi, and all that. Season it, marinate it there, make it cook real good, so that all that seasoning will assimilate into the meat. So that by the time you just put on your vegetable and you're ready to go, it's ready. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, right? So here we are. Like I said, you all know all of these things, right? We're going to use this obu, this dry crayfish that I have shown you what it comes from, how it looks like. We're going to use it next, and then we're going to now put in vegetables, right? Okay, so we will start now. And this water leaf, we have to be very careful. This afang that we are cooking, we have to be very careful so that it does not come out watery. Because water leaf has a lot of water in it. So you don't put any extra water. Just watch how it goes, right? If you can see, I have saved my broth water, right? If I don't have enough water, then I use my broth water, which has Maggi and all the stuff, salt and pepper and everything inside. So I save my broth water, but I have to start cooking it first to see how it comes out. So now I'm going to start putting my momoy kong, which is water leaf. Put it in there. I'm not going to use everything because it's a lot. Okay. Ooh. Yep. Once it starts boiling, you'll see that you're going to be finding more water come out, and you're going to be wondering where does all this water come from? It's from your water leaf. So that's why you don't have to put too much water in it. Okay, it's coming up. Maybe I can put a little bit more. But you see, once that water starts coming down, you start losing. You don't see your water leaf anymore. It's going because the water is leaving it. Okay. Okay, the next thing now is the afang. This is the afang, right? Same thing. Oh. Okay. Let it simmer in there, and once it simmers in, we're gonna have some space to be able to put the cover on this place. Okay. So let's cover it, see what happens, let it boil, right? So right now, okay. I have a question. My vice president wants to ask a question. Yep.
Ekondo Nitoite, Aminkere, Mrs. Mary Cobham Solomon. I'm here today to taste the food that is being prepared by our ex-president. So, first of all, I will thank our youth for bringing all this together for us to be able to host this occasion. Thank you. So, my question now about the Efik cultural food is, where can we buy this stuff? Because we're living far away from home. So that's the first question now. How can we get this stuff?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mara, Vice President, for that question. Yes, these days in America, we have a lot of African markets, that carry this stuff, especially here in Houston, we have a whole lot of it. I know I used to live in Maryland. When I lived in Maryland for a while, some of them were springing up. I'm sure they have a lot of them, especially where there's a lot of Nigerian population, right? There's a lot of African market all over the place right now, But I'm aware that in the upper northeastern section of the United States, they always complain to me it's very difficult for them to get African food. But to answer the question directly, that those stuff they coming now, the airways are open now, and things are coming from Nigeria, from the Cameroons, from Ghana. Everything that you usually eat back home are now here in America. So you can find them in African stores here in America. Even HEB. HEB, I go into HEB now and I see African stuff being sold in HEB. All this pound yam and afang, momoiko. Oh, they have it. They have it. So it's coming in, and it's coming in. But if we had a good representation in government, in the city councils and everything, it will get better. It will get better for them to allow more stuff to be coming in, because there's certain stuff that they take away from us at the airport.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. President. The point is now I need to find out again because of time. We may not have time. How can we get in contact with you in case we are about to do an event? I know you can, prepare this thing in large quantities for those who are interested in tasting Efik food in their wedding, in any kind of occasion. How can we get through to get orders from you?
Okay, you all know my number. Number for Calabar Cuisine is 281-530-2600.